Whoever believed that Jake Paul was going to win, that was an absolute fairy tale.
Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua is over. Thank God it's over. What a joke of a fight.
From the minute he got into that ring, to get on the back foot and just start running around, it was quite pathetic, to be honest with you.
There was never a world in which Jake Paul was going to beat Anthony Joshua.
Jake Paul was dismantled by boxing experts after his embarrassing loss to Anthony Joshua. The so-called pretty boy experiment ended exactly how heavyweight physics usually does: broken confidence, visible damage, and a harsh collision between belief and reality.
He's an idiot. There is no reason.
If Anthony Joshua puts 10-ounce gloves on and gets in a boxing ring and Jake Paul is in the other corner, this won't last long. This will last as long as Josh wants it to last.
None of this surprised anyone who understands boxing. Watching Jake Paul's rise often felt like seeing a tourist pass through the sport, collecting highlights without ever committing to its consequences.
Can't lose to a guy that's perceived to be a YouTuber, even though today...
The pattern was clear from the start. Retired MMA fighters, former champions past their prime, even athletes whose main connection to punching involved a basketball. Loud promotion, viral moments, selective matchmaking, and constant talk about changing boxing.
Jake Paul is concerned because that's not boxing. He was just trying to survive. And when you try to survive in a fight, then the other guy can't knock you out because you're not looking to win.
Then 2025 arrived, and suddenly Jake Paul was standing across from Anthony Joshua, a former unified heavyweight champion, Olympic gold medalist, and veteran of real championship wars.
Dude's got balls. Dude's got balls standing there with AJ, who had been off, so his chin is refreshed. He's ready to fight.
Joshua entered with more than 25 professional wins, multiple heavyweight title reigns, and a resume anchored by London 2012 Olympic gold. Paul arrived with 13 pro fights, none against active or former heavyweight champions, and none demanding elite defensive discipline.
You get paid $90 million to just survive? He just survived. Like he just ran around the ring.
The contrast was obvious. From the opening bell, Joshua controlled distance like a man who had lived in the ring for over a decade. He set traps, dictated tempo, and let Paul burn energy chasing moments that never materialized. Paul talked knockouts all week. Joshua showed up to work.
Anthony Joshua is trying to find him. As the fight goes longer, all those big actions, the shots, the big overhand rights, all those things were starting to fatigue Paul.
The early rounds were quiet in the way danger often is. Joshua stayed patient and composed, shrinking the ring without rushing. Paul tried to project confidence, but his footwork told the truth. Retreating, resetting late, reacting instead of leading. Reality arrived and the knockout felt inevitable. Teddy Atlas was one of the first experts to respond, and his assessment aligned with everything he had said beforehand. Heavyweight fundamentals do not forgive mistakes.
You know, you're gonna get knocked out anyway, dude. Like, I was hoping I could say, you know what, because he earned the respect of boxing fans by going out on his shield. The guy just ran for his life. I just watched Jake Paul run for his life for like 5-6 rounds.
I try to be responsible. I've been in this game 50 years, so I know where not to step, where you could twist an ankle, or worse, you could break.
Lighter weights, errors can be survived. At heavyweight, they are punished instantly. Atlas explained that when elite defense is missing, the division itself becomes the opponent. Mass, leverage, timing, and consequence. Jake Paul had never lived in that world before.
I mean, this guy literally never tried to win a second of the fight. He was trying to throw a home run punch every once in a while. Then notice every time he got in the clinch, he just went down. Like he just hugged Anthony Joshua, and then like would go down, and the referee would call it a slip and give him a break, and like he would just kill time that way.
Like that, you're not going to outbox him. If you're waiting on him and he's initiating and he's feinting you into counters and then he's countering the counter.
Even while I think a heavyweight has a chance in any fight, a puncher's chance, I don't think Jake Paul has anything for Anthony Joshua.
Do you respect him for taking it?
Yeah, you have to, because that's terrifying.
Carl Froch was even less diplomatic. He reminded fans that Paul had already lost to Tommy Fury, a cruiserweight who never reached British title level. That loss alone revealed the ceiling. Jumping from that to a heavyweight champion was not ambition, it was denial. Froch stressed that boxing progression exists for a reason. You do not skip levels without consequences.
Knocked him down twice. I thought the fight was going to be over because he was going to knock him down again.
What do you want the guy to do? I mean, this guy ran for his life in a 22 by 22 foot ring. That ring was huge. That ring was huge.
Analysts also dismissed the idea of a puncher's chance. At heavyweight, that only applies when both fighters understand defense. When one doesn't, the puncher's chance turns into a puncher's risk.
It looked like that was the moment he was going to throw in the towel and say, you know what, I'm done, I'm injured, I'm hurt, I don't want to do that. But hats off to him, he got up and he kept fighting. We get to the 6th round and you can just tell that it's over.
Betting markets saw this clearly. Joshua entered as a massive favorite, with odds suggesting well over an 85% chance of victory. That was not disrespect, it was probability. Experience, size, skill, and history outweighed hype.
In my life, I think my jaw is broken, by the way, so yeah, let's go! It's definitely broke. But
after the knockout, attention shifted to the punch itself. Comparisons quickly surfaced with Joshua's 2024 knockout of Francis Ngannou, which ended in under 3 rounds. Ngannou had never been knocked out before. Joshua did it cleanly. Experts noted Joshua's right hand travels close to 40 miles per hour, elite speed for a heavyweight of his size.
Joshua just ate that. And I think when Anthony saw he could take those punches and they could really do no damage to him, it even boosted his confidence more. Because then he got even more reckless in his approach to getting after Paul.
Paul's technical flaws made the outcome worse. He failed to adjust to early feints, walked into counters, exited straight back, and reacted late. Commentators agreed that if the same right hand that folded Ngannou landed on Paul, no version of this fight ended differently. That was anatomy, not trash talk. Johnny Nelson captured it perfectly. Anthony Joshua does not play touch boxing at any level. It wasn't an insult. It was a technical truth. Joshua commits fully when he throws, regardless of opponent. Exhibition habits do not exist in his ring behavior.
Knew that Anthony Joshua was going to eventually land something that hurt Jake Paul. And you know how you know the boxing world wanted it to be brutal? Because Rosendo was sitting here and he goes, I hope he gets knocked out bad.
The business angle did not soften criticism. Simon Jordan called the challenge absurd, regardless of financial upside. He separated commercial success from sporting logic and focused on legitimacy.
Anthony Joshua, who's now 5 inches bigger than you, maybe more, or 4 or 5 inches, and about 100 pounds heavier. You just don't go from there right up to there.
A 2-time heavyweight champion with Olympic pedigree is not a marketing prop. Treating him like one is how fighters get hurt. Jordan's stance carried weight because it came from someone who understands both media and sport.
Punching heavyweight, and fake Paul's never been in with a heavyweight. Like I said earlier, he lost to Tommy Fury, cruiserweight. He lost to him. Tommy Fury's not even British level. So you can't chuck fake Paul in with Anthony Joshua and take it serious.
Even supporters of crossover boxing began to pull back. Fighters and commentators who once defended influencer bouts admitted this matchup exposed a hard ceiling, not a temporary gap, but a structural one. Curiosity sells. Infrastructure cannot be skipped.
Because he got hit clean by one of the biggest punchers, acclaimed, a lot of accolades, world champion heavyweight, and he went down and didn't get up. And honestly,
the numbers supported every criticism. Joshua had over 150 amateur bouts before turning pro, where timing, defense, and survival instincts are forged. Jake Paul entered boxing with 0 amateur background. That gap closes with years, not confidence.
It was exactly what it needed to be tonight for this fight and for this fight. It was fun. It was crazy at times with the wrestling and all the grabbing and the clenching, the referee saying the fans didn't pay for this shit, all the dirty tax.
Financially, the fight succeeded. Reported purses between $40 to $50 million per fighter confirmed the spectacle's commercial power. But money did not balance the matchup. It only magnified the consequences.
The guy that doesn't have the longest career, he's the only one outside of Conor McGregor that could fight this level of fight at his experience and draw in the type